Chapter 8. The Mu family wanted Suzihan. Suanan pursed her lips and did not speak but thought, what had she done wrong? There's more. Sua paused, and when he was prepared to speak, he looked at Suanan. Suanan had a very accurate premonition. Suzihan and Mu Jinyu had been together for 2 years, but Su family and Mu family had concealed it so well, so how could she coincidentally meet them today? Therefore, there must be a reason behind this matter. Therefore, their goal was not just for her to leave. The Gu family came to propose previously. She had heard this from the servant Chen Ma before. She said, Suzihan didn't want to marry into the Gu family, that Gu Mocheng was too ugly, and that marrying a widow would kill him. Suzihan didn't want to marry Gu Mocheng, so he asked her to come. Dad, I've only just reached the age of 20. Suanan laughed and replied. Originally, she would marry Mu Jinyu when she was 20 years old. However, she wasn't even 20 years old yet, and was forced to marry by Su Hua. The Gu family didn't say anything about getting a permit. You should go and stay there for a while. Suanan sneered at Su Hua as she said these words. As a father, he shouldn't protect his own daughter. What was he doing? Married to the Gu family? She didn't even know who Gu Mocheng was. If he really did, as Su Zihan said, he wouldn't have pushed her into the fire pit. Father, the Gu family must be looking for Su Zihan. Su Hua remained silent and did not answer immediately. You saw it. Zihan and Jinyu are mutual in their love. I cannot force them. As you are well aware, Anan, we cannot afford to offend the Gu family. Being able to marry into the Gu family is also a blessing. If you go to Mu family, Jinyu doesn't love you. You will be wronged if you marry him. His words were said for Suanan's sake. Dad, I'm not afraid of being wronged, she said. Since Jinyu and I have an engagement, let's do it according to it. The Gu family is so good, big sister Zihan should go. She purposely said that, angering Su Hua to the point that he had pulled a long face. Before even 10 minutes had passed, Su Hua had already revealed his true appearance. Anan, replace Su Zihan and go to the Gu family. Why? She asked. Su Hua was not happy that she had contradicted him. I've already told you what I should say. Going to the Gu family is best for you. This was a decision directly made for her. The one who is engaged to Mu Jinyu is me, and the one whom the Gu family is going to marry is Su Zihan. I won't go to the Gu family. She didn't want to marry a strange man and make fun of herself for the rest of her life. Su Hua was startled. He did not expect her to reject him so straightforwardly, but he was not angry. He looked at her and laughed. Anan, I want to ask for a doctor for your sister. A single sentence suddenly smashed into Suanan's heart. Su Hua was too clear about what her weakness was. Since she wasn't willing to go to the Gu family, he would use this move. At that time, her body couldn't help but tremble as she looked at Su Hua's smiling face. Her tears flowed uncontrollably, blurring her vision and making her feel that the Su Hua in front of her was extremely ugly. He used his eldest daughter to force the youngest daughter to marry a man that he didn't love strangers. Thinking back to what happened half a month ago, Suanan lifted the corner of her mouth and laughed coldly. Firstly, he wanted her to replace Su Zihan and go to the Gu household, and now, he wanted her to end the engagement. If she didn't agree, Su Hua would use his greatest bargaining chip to force her to submit. Every time, it would allow Suanan to compromise. When she reached the top floor, no matter how upset she was, she couldn't show it in front of her sister.